यहाँ से स्टार्ट करेंगे मॉड्यूल 2। फर्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सप्लोर, ओके, फर्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सप्लोर द Power BI desktop interface. All right, a Power BI desktop, basically it is a window based application. It is used for creating reports and the visualizations. It is used for connecting with multiple data sources. It is used for cleaning the data using one of the powerful tool called Power Query. All right, got it? ये सब हम कर सकते हैं किसके थ्रू? पावर बीआई डेस्कटॉप के थ्रू। अब जब लॉन्च हुआ, लॉन्च होते ही हमें ये ग्रीन स्क्रीन एक दिखाई देती है, ओके, जिसको हम कहते हैं, मैंने बंद कर दी, क्लोज कर दी, बट आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव सीन दैट। ये ग्रीन स्क्रीन की बात कर रहा हूं। दिस स्क्रीन इज कॉल्ड वेलकम स्क्रीन, ओके, दिस स्क्रीन इज कॉल्ड वेलकम स्क्रीन। नाउ वेलकम स्क्रीन में हमें बेसिकली एक क्विक इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है। On the left hand side, you would have option of getting data. That means you can get data from multiple sources. Okay, you can get data from multiple sources. All right, and उसके नीचे आपको मिलेगा recent sources. Okay, उसके नीचे आपको मिलेगा recent sources. तो recent sources में आपको वो सब sources जिनसे आपने अभी recently connect किया है। सेंटर में आपको कुछ ट्यूटोरियल्स मिलते हैं माइक्रोसॉफ्ट कम्युनिटी के एंड से, which you can refer to understand the working on Power BI, or how to get started with Power BI. Okay, how to get started with Power BI. Understood? Then on the right hand side, you have got what's new. Every month, Power BI, Microsoft launches a new release of Power BI. So you can find what is new in every version. You can also connect with forums. You can also connect with blogs, okay, and other things. Got it? Then, once this is done, then you can close that welcome screen. Then you can close this welcome screen, okay, and you are going to find this interface. I will just quickly take you right here, okay. All of you can also find it in your system, or you can look it into my system. बहुत कुछ सिमिलर है एक्सेल के जैसे। यहां पर रिबन बार हमें दे रखा है। In this ribbon bar, we have got tabs like File, Home, Insert, Modeling, View, Optimize, Help. In each of this ribbon tab, okay, you have got options. ये options को हम use करते हैं when we are going to work with the report. Okay, under Home ribbon tab, we have got some frequently used options like you can get connected with data. Okay, you have multiple data sources options. Then you have transform data. This is the place from where you can get into Power Query. Okay. Got it? Under Insert ribbon tab, you have got option to insert new visuals, new pages, paginated reports, etc. Modeling में we have got options to create new parameters, new measures, to manage the relationship. Okay. Under view, we have got options to see different type of views. Pans, we have got option to change the layout. Okay. Then under optimize, we have got the options to optimize our queries. Got it? Now, ये जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में आप देख रहे हैं, just below your ribbon bar, these are called views, different type of views. This is data report view. Under report view, you are going to see the reports. So this part is known as canvas. Canvas पे basically हम report design करते हैं. Okay, canvas पे report design करते हैं. लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पर रिपोर्ट व्यू में आप जब आते हैं तो ये कैनवस आप देखेंगे, राइट हैंड साइड पे फिल्टर्स पैन, विजुअलाइजेशन पैन एंड यहाँ पे एक डेटा पैन भी आपको दिखाई देगा. सिंस वी आर नॉट कनेक्टेड टू एनी डेटा एट दिस मोमेंट, वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी एनी डेटा फील्ड. ओके, वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी एनी डेटा फील्ड. यहाँ विजुअलाइजेशन पैन है जिसको हम यूज करते हैं टू ऐड विजुअलाइजेशंस. देन कम्स डेटा व्यू और टेबल व्यू. Now it has been renamed to table view. पहले इसको हम data view कहते थे. Table view is power pivot. Okay, table view is your power pivot component. Okay, so basically power pivot or table view is that place in Power BI where you can find every single record of your table. Okay, got it? Every single record of your table, no matter how many records you have in your table, would be visible or can be seen right here. Okay, so Power Query is this place, transform data. We will be working with this also today. Then we have got Power Pivot. This Power View is nothing but your visualization part. Okay, this visualization pan is your Power View part. And ये जो map आप देख रहे हैं, this is Power Map. Okay, got it? तो जितने जो 4 components मैंने आपको बताए थे कल, that were added almost 4 years before Power BI launched. These are those 4 components. Then comes the third view, which is called model view. This is a place where we will be creating our data model. Okay, it is the place where we are going to create data model. Got it? Okay. Now moving on to the next slide. So this is clear. यहाँ पे इनको हम pages बोलते हैं. Then here we have got desktop layout view. This is called mobile layout view. Right? Now views clear. Okay. There are different type of data sources. अब data sources की अगर हम बात करें, there are few data sources, frequently used data sources listed here already. Okay, listed here already. So either you can quickly say, for if you want to connect quickly with Excel, आप simple यहाँ पे आके click कर सकते हैं, या canvas में आपको यहाँ पर import data from Excel भी आपको दिखाई दे. Okay, got it? Then OneLake Data Hub भी है, which is basically data warehouse. SQL server भी है, आप SQL server से भी data लेकर आ सकते हैं. Okay, and then you also have the option to enter data डायरेक्टली मैनुअली अगर आप टेबल क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं तो वो भी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं या कॉपी पेस्ट भी कर सकते हैं। Okay, now this is clear. Okay, then comes गेट डेटा की हम बात कर रहे थे। गेट डेटा में अगर हम जाते हैं तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास बहुत सारे सोर्सेज है, मेनी डेटा सोर्सेज अवेलेबल टू अस। यहाँ पे क्विक डेटा सोर्सेज हो गए, रिसेंट सोर्सेज जिनसे मैंने कनेक्ट किया है, एंड देन अंडर गेट डेटा यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड लिस्ट ऑफ डेटा सोर्सेज। Okay, some common data sources are listed here like Excel, Power BI, Dataflow, Dataverse. Now, if you don't find your data source listed here, don't worry. Just click on more. The moment you click on more, it takes you to the get data window. वहां पर आप जाकर ये कैटेगरीज देख सकते हैं, या ऑल में आकर आप जितने भी कनेक्शंस हैं, ऑलमोस्ट 100+ डेटा सोर्सेज आर अवेलेबल टू अस, ऑल आर लिस्टेड हियर। आप फाइल पे क्लिक करते हैं तो फाइल में एक्सेल, टेक्स्ट, एक्सएमएल, जेसोन, फोल्डर, पीडीएफ, पैराक्यू, इनमें से किसी से भी आप डेटा लेकर आ सकते। डेटाबेस की अगर हम बात करें, there you have the option to get the data from SQL Server, Access, SQL Server Analysis Services Database, Oracle से है, IBM है, Postgres है, MySQL है, Teradata है, SAP HANA है, Amazon है, Snowflake है, Vertica है, BI Connectors है, MariaDB है, MongoDB है, MarkLogic है, just name it. If we talk about this is Fabric. Now Power BI is getting upgraded to Fabric. So Fabric is the next level of license in Power BI. Okay. So Power BI only allows you to create visualization, you know, and SQL we learned it separately, for which we need to use either SQL Server or Postgres, or we need to use MySQL or some other application where you can write SQL queries. Now within Fabric you have got 4 components. Not only Power BI you also get option to write SQL queries, you also get option to do machine learning there with Power BI. Okay, and then you have the Power Platform, you have Azure also, just name it in Azure, all data sets are available here. Okay, Azure has database, Azure has its own data lake storage factory. Okay, Azure has its own Azure resources graph for cost management, so you can get the data from there, or if you don't find it, your connection there, you can search it in online services also, Dynamic 365, Azure DevOps, Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, GitHub से भी लेकर आ सकते हो आप डेटा, which was not possible earlier. Okay, हम उसके लिए कनेक्टर्स के थ्रू कनेक्ट करते थे। स्पार्क पोस्ट है, स्वीट IQ है, ज़ेनडेस्क है, साना है, राइट, सेल्स फोर्स है, ईबे है, फैक्ट सेट है, क्विक बेस है, जस्ट नेम इट। और अगर इसमें से कुछ भी नहीं मिलता, अदर्स में जाकर भी आप ढूंढ सकते हैं। Okay, and if you don't find it here also, you can go with the certified connectors also to connect with the data set. Okay, for example, how many of you are done with SQL or MySQL? How many? Just raise hand. I'm sure all of you are done with SQL part, right? Okay, now I go to database. अब देखो, जब SQL हमने MySQL डाउनलोड किया था तो SQL अलग है, MySQL अलग है, ठीक है। तो MySQL पे मैं क्लिक करता हूं। MySQL पे क्लिक करने के बाद I just simply click on connect. Now immediately it is going to ask the server and the database. Okay, and here we can write the query also. Okay, so I write what is the server address, local server address 127.0.0.1 कॉलन, यहाँ पे हमें पोर्ट नंबर लिखना है डेटाबेस क्या, डेटाबेस किस डेटाबेस से कनेक्ट करना है मुझे, ओके चलो आई विल राइट इट हियर वर्ल्ड डेटाबेस, then I'm going to write here query also, okay select all from world dot country where the continent is equal to, where life expectancy is greater than 75, okay. Now I just click on OK, and let's see if the connection is successfully established. It will go ahead and give me the data here. Look at here, the first few hundred records are loaded here, okay. Or if the entire data set is this only, then we got the table. Then further, what are we going to do? For example, I'm just going to load the data, okay. So the data gets loaded into my Power BI, and if you want to check, only 62 records have been loaded, okay. Here we go under data view or table view, and look at here, we got country code, country name, continent name, region, surface area, independent year, population, and look at the life expectancy column. We got all the life expectancy or records where the life expectancy is above 75. Understood? Okay. The query that you have learned, how it is going to be written in the Power BI. Okay. Sagar, you are raising hand. Anubhuti, you are raising hand. If your query is answered, okay, if it was confirmation, then please lower down your hand. If you have a query, kindly keep on raising. I will unmute you. Okay. Okay. Next part comes here. We are done. Then comes ETL part. Now, what is ETL? ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. I have explained you yesterday also with the help of those visual diagrams. Okay. Extract is where the data is going to be fetched from. Okay, like you may have different sources of the data. Excel होगा, Access से आ रहा है, internal data, external data है, server से data आ रहा है. So the data you are going to extract, you're going to connect. Once the data is going to connect, then you would be required to perform transformation. जैसे अभी मैंने data load किया था, there could have been requirement where we had to add few more columns with certain calculation. There we would be using transformation. Okay, we would have used transformation part. Model, okay, clean, then you are going to load the data back to Power BI model. Okay, you're going to back to Power BI desktop, where you are going to use that data to create either report, or you may create a model first, and then you use DAX functions to create some custom calculations or measures, and then you may create reports, and further you share with your end user. Got it? Okay. तो कैसे कनेक्ट करते हैं, हम डेटा लेकर आएंगे, क्लीन करेंगे, and then we are going to do it. So what I'm going to do, I have got one database here. Okay, let me just check if you guys, I hope everyone has got the course added on your LMS, right? What you need to do, you have to come under module cleaning, transformation, and shaping the data. As of now, just go ahead and download this Session Light Project Activity Sample Sales Database. Okay, just go there and click on download button. Done. This Session Live Project Activity, you need to download it from here. It's approximately of 180 MB file. Even if you wish to, yeah, you can also see this project, okay, which we are going to do it. Anyways, I'll just open this file also. Let me just open it on my system. Data set. Okay, I have this here, and then session project. Taking time to download, no problem, Anurag. I can just wait for a minute. Okay, all of you download it, no problem. I'm just here only. I want you guys to use the same data. I'm here only, guys. Okay. Let's wait for everyone. Once you guys are done with the downloading part, please come back. All right. Downloaded and extracted. Downloaded. Very good. Great. So that must have come in the zip. Kindly extract that also. All right. Now we are done with this part. Okay. But I'm just going to do a small activity here. Okay. Though it is anyways connected with the third module where we are going to learn about the transformation part. Okay. But I'll just quickly show you how do we go and connect with the database. Okay. So let us now get started. All of you, okay, those who have downloaded, you have few attachments there. One, you would be finding international folder, though I have asked you to download this database, but most likely in the coming class, we would not refer to this database. Okay, we may not. Okay, I'm not saying we will not, but we may not. I'm just thinking to change the data set. For now, for this activity, we will be referring to this. We have one international folder. We have got a folder called USA sales database in text format. We have got another folder called in XLX format. Then we got country population by year. Then we got USA sales database. Okay. So mainly we have international folder which contains 4 files, not 5, which contains 4 files here. Okay. 4 CSV files. CA refers to Canada, DE refers to Germany, FR refers to France, and MX refers to Mexico. Okay. Then we have USA sales coming here and then country population given here. Okay. Now, let me just show you quickly. First of all, let me just show you quickly that how do we simply connect with the data set. Later on, we will move on to the transformation part. Okay. Now, in order to connect the data set, what you need to do, you simply have to first understand what kind of data source you are going to use to connect and get the data in Power BI. क्या वो Excel data source है, क्या वो text CSV data source है, क्या वो Access data source है, क्या वो PDF data source है? You will have to actually check that. Okay. So I have got this file here with me called country population by year. You all have this file with you also. Okay. So you may refer to this file. Kindly open this file if you want to, else you can also look it into my system. Okay. Since it has only a few records and about like 15 columns. Now, as the name of the file states, country population by year, in this data, in this table, we are given a data. Okay, we are given the information of countries and their populations year on year basis. Okay, but if you pay attention carefully, the data that we have got, the information that we have got is already coming into pivoted form. Correct? This is how we basically create pivoting. Yes or no? Right? So this is the pivoted form, or we generally in language of visualization, we call it unstructured format of the data. Okay. Unstructured means that data which is not in the format or layout to analyze the information. Generally, अगर हमें analysis करने होंगे, okay, using this data, we would not be able to do it easily. Okay, this is a pivoted summary where you can easily, crystal clearly, you can just view the data. But when it comes to analyze the data, we would not be able to do it. Okay, so in such cases, how do we want the data to come? For example, we may want to have, okay, one column containing year, another column saying population and green column saying country. Okay, this is Canada's population year-on-year basis. Because here we can't put the filter, right? On this weighted summary, we can't put the filter. Okay. Now here I've got the Canada data, then comes Germany data. Below that, we are going to append the Germany information. I just simply go and get the Germany population here and paste it here. Okay. So that I can easily filter it out. Okay. How did we do it in 1999 in different countries? Okay, let's suppose if I want to take out Germany, I only want to see Canada. How can we do that? Okay, what is the total overall population of all years? Okay, or only for specific year for particular country? And then if I have other tables where I may want to get the data, okay, or I want to plot the population, I would be able to do it with this layout, not with the other layout, right? So this is a kind of transformation requires in our data set. Yes or no? Understood this part? Is that clear till here? Perfect. Okay. Feel free to let me know if something is not clear, because this is very important part. This is very important aspect of the visualization part. Okay. Now, जब हमें पता है कि हमारे डेटा में हमें मॉडिफिकेशन की जरूरत है, उसमें अल्टरेशन की जरूरत है, उसमें ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की जरूरत है, उसमें हमें कुछ चेंजेस करने की जरूरत है, ओके, then what we do, we basically look forward for transformation step. Okay हर्ष, in short, जब आपका डेटा टैबुलर फॉर्मेट में नहीं है, ये पिवटेड फॉर्म है, हमें इसको अनपिवट करना है इन सिंपल वर्डिंग। ये पिवटेड फॉर्म है, हमें इसको अनपिवट करना है। अनपिवट में क्या होगा, एक कॉलम कंट्री का होगा, एक कॉलम पॉपुलेशन का होगा, एक कॉलम ईयर का होगा, राइट? वी विल नॉट हैव मल्टीपल रोज, मल्टीपल कॉलम्स लाइक दिस। अंडरस्टूड नाउ हर्ष एंड एवरीवन? Please confirm if you understood. Okay. Now, so we require modification, we require transformation there. Okay. So now what I'm going to tell you, two things. First, I will tell you how to connect with the data, and then we will move on to transformation part. Okay. Using query editor, we are going to perform transformation. Okay. So what is query editor? I'll just come on this in some time. First, let me just do one thing. I just come here. अब जो डेटा है वो हमारा एक्सेल फॉर्मेट में है, तो या तो मैं एक्सेल वर्कबुक पर डायरेक्टली क्लिक कर सकता हूं, और आई कैन क्लिक ऑन दिस इंपोर्ट डेटा फ्रॉम एक्सेल, और आई कैन गो टू गेट डेटा एंड यहां पर आकर मैं एक्सेल वर्कबुक में क्लिक कर सकता हूं। जैसे ही मैं इन तीनों में से किसी भी ऑप्शन पे क्लिक करता हूं, इट विल ओनली अलाउ मी टू connect with Excel files. I can't connect with any other file than Excel. तो मैं यहाँ पर मूव करता हूँ, ओके, प्रोजेक्ट सैंपल डेटाबेस में, यहाँ पर कंट्री बाय पॉपुलेशन है, ओके। आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन ओपन, बट बिफोर आई डू दैट, आई ऑल्सो वांट यू गाइस टू गो अहेड, क्लिक ऑन एक्सेल डेटाबेस and then browse that file, and after that just select that country population by. ओके डन। जैसे हमने इस पे क्लिक किया और हम ओपन पे क्लिक करते हैं, देन इट इज गोइंग टू कनेक्ट एंड देन लोड दिस नेविगेटर विंडो। Follow along with me, okay? I'm just moving little slow so that all of you can also follow along with me. Okay, once done, then you would see, अब जितनी भी शीट्स आपके डेटा में हैं, okay, all of them you are going to see in tabs, different tabs, okay? Remember, we only have one single sheet called unstructured, okay? So here we can see that unstructured sheet is coming. country population by year. Okay, this is XLX file, and under that we have got unstructured sheet here. Okay, now what I do, I just simply click on that. I'm not taking it, I'm just clicking it on it. Okay, the moment I click on it, look at here, it is going to give you the preview because we have only few records here. Okay, so we are able to see the entire data, and look at here, if you are able to find some unwanted rows which should have not been part of your table appearing here, coming here, that means you need to transform the data. Okay, तो यहाँ पर देखिए हमारे पास कुछ extra rows हैं, and then we are getting the data in pivoted form, pivoted summary. Okay, so unstructured, but why are we getting this suggested table? I'm sure all of you are also getting it here, right? तो suggested table पर जाके आप जब table 1 पे क्लिक करते हो तो सेम डेटा. अब पावर बीआई क्या करता है, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट क्या करता है यहाँ पे, पावर बीआई Power BI is smart enough to detect that those rows are useless rows, empty rows are not required. So what it did, it automatically performed certain transformation by itself. So क्या करता है Power BI in certain cases on a table, okay, on the data, कि अगर उसको लगता है कि कुछ बेसिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन या बेसिक रिमूव करना है, ओके, किसी रो को या नल रोज को, एम्प्टी रोज को, तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली करके आपको यहाँ पर सजेस्टेड टेबल में प्रोवाइड करेगा. ओके, बट सिंस वी वांट टू डू इट आवरसेल्फ, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू क्लिक ऑन दिस. बट जब मैं इस पर क्लिक करता हूँ, नथिंग इज गोइंग टू एक्टिवेट हियर, लोड, ट्रांसफॉर्म, ये दोनों टैब्स एक्टिवेट नहीं होते. तो हमें करना क्या है, हमें इस चेकबॉक्स पर चेक करना है. इस चेकबॉक्स का मतलब जब मल्टीपल शीट्स होंगी तो उसमें से आपको डिसाइड करना है कि किस पर्टिकुलर शीट को आप लोड करना चाहते हैं. You are going to select on that sheet tab, and once done, then you decide whether you want to directly load it into Power BI desktop or you want to transform the data. Okay, got it? Now, when are we going to click on load? When we realize no transformation is required. Okay, जब आपका डेटा बिल्कुल ठीक है, okay, then you can simply and directly load the data. But when you need to remove rows, columns, sort the data, filter the data, okay, split the columns, merge the columns, change the cases, etc., take the length, take out the number only from text and column, okay, column or text only, then you are going to click on transform. The load पे click किया, directly Power BI में load हुआ. Okay, जब transform पे click करते, it takes us into Power Query. It automatically opens the Power Query, okay, which is a different tool. Remember that it is a separate tool, but it is integrated within Power BI. तो यहाँ पे दो अलग विंडो हैं, एक Power BI डेस्कटॉप की और दूसरी Power Query Editor. All of you also please transform the data. Click on the transform button. Okay, once done till here, जैसे आपने यहाँ पे किया, ओके, नोटिस किया आपने कि नाउ यू हैव गॉट पावर क्वेरी एडिटर विंडो गेटिंग लॉन्च. ओके, ऑटोमेटिकली क्या होगा, पावर क्वेरी विंडो जो है वो अपने आप लॉन्च होती है एंड योर डेटा गेट्स लोडेड. होप ऑल इज क्लियर टिल दिस पॉइंट. Now we are done with the second module here. We understood that how are we going to connect with the data. Can I close this PDF? Thanks. Okay. Now moving to module 3. There we would understand about transformation part. How do we clean the data? How do we transform the data? Okay, that means extract already हमने कर दिया. Now we are going to perform the transformation step, and then we would understand how to load back the data to Power BI desktop. तो इस particular module में हम cleaning part को explore करेंगे, how to unpivot the columns, how to eliminate the rows, columns or change the data type, how do we add custom columns or replace values with nulls. Okay, then I would also show you mQuery. Okay, how it can be helpful in certain cases. Okay, how do we perform combine operation, merge operation, append operation. Okay, so this is what all we are going to learn it from this module. All right, now what is query editor? Since now query editor has been launched, okay, so what is query editor? So query editor is that transformation tool, is that tool which we use, इसको हम ETL tool भी कहते हैं, okay, is that tool which we use to clean, shape, merge, unmerge, okay, combine the data or filter the data from various sources, from multiple sources. You get the data into Power BI, but the data might not be in a position to be used directly for the analysis purpose. क्या कभी ऐसा होता है एक्सेल में भी कि हमारे पास जो डेटा आया हम उसको एज इट इज यूज कर लें एनालिसिस के लिए? ऑफ कोर्स नॉट, राइट? ऑफ कोर्स वी कैन नॉट यूज दैट डेटा डायरेक्टली एज इट इज. So it means we need to make certain changes in the data, and those changes are nothing but your transformation steps. Okay, so Power Query Editor is that graphical interface for all these tasks. Now also you have to understand, अब जब हम Excel में करते हैं, guys, I want you to participate as much as possible. Okay, the more you participate, it is going to be good for all of us. Now what happens in Excel when we get this kind of a data? We do clean the data, but to clean the data, what do we do? What do we use? कैसे करते हैं clean? Yes, we uses functions there, correct? We uses different functions there, different functions, okay, like upper है, lower है, clean है, trim है, okay, replace है. All these functions we use to clean our data set, correct? Length निकालनी है आपको, okay, you want to concatenate, merge the text. All right, so all this we do it using functions there. Now the best part in Power BI, almost 100 such Excel functions, okay, 100 such Excel functions solution here is given in the form of utility buttons. Okay, so when I just take you here, all right, when I just take you to Power Query Editor window, you will notice in the ribbon bar, okay, we have got tabs like home, transform, add column, view, tools. Under home you are having most frequently used transformation steps. For example, you may want to connect with the new source or enter the data manually or check the data source setting. Maybe if you want to change the path, okay, or you want to remove any particular column, or you want to remove rows, or you want to keep certain rows and remove other rows, or you want to choose specific columns and remove others. You want to split any column either by basis on delimiter or by number of characters. Remember the text to column, or by specific position, or you want to split by lowercase to uppercase or uppercase to lowercase. You want to group columns, okay, you want to group the call data. जैसे grouping हमारे पास Excel में एक feature है grouping. Similarly, here also we are given. You want to replace the values, existing value with something else. Okay, so there we use replace function. Here we have this replace values utility option given here. Use first row as header. तो अगर आपको correct header नहीं दिख रहा, then you can use first row as header, and then whatever the next row, the first row you have in your data would be promoted as a header row. Okay, would be promoted as a header row. Got it? Okay. Then under transform, you are given more such options. Like you are having transpose the data. Like if you are given vertically, you change it to horizontally, or horizontally to vertically, or you can reverse the rows, or you can count the rows. Along with other two options from home ribbon tab to group the data or to use first row as header row. Here यहाँ पे आपके पास डिमोट करने के लिए भी है कि अगर आप किसी हेडर को एज फर्स्ट रो डिमोट करना चाहते हो तो. Okay, got it? Now, along with that, we have got more such options. For example, अगर आपको डेटा टाइप्स सिलेक्ट करना, डेटा टाइप्स क्या होते हैं? Data types define what kind of values will go in a specific column, right? किस टाइप की वैल्यू उस कॉलम में जाएगी? That's called data types. Okay, that's called data type. Understood, guys? अब यहाँ पे और भी ऑप्शन है. अगर किसी कॉलम को रीनेम करना चाहते हो या रिप्लेस वैल्यू करना चाहते हो, फिल करना चाहते हो, डाउन में, लेफ्ट में, जो एक्सेल में भी ऑप्शन है. पिवट कॉलम करना चाहते हो, लिस्ट में कन्वर्ट करना चाहते हो, किसी कॉलम को लेफ्ट राइट मूव करना चाहते हो, या अनपिवट कॉलम करना चाहते हो. Okay, then we have got options to change the cases, upper case, lower case, sentence case, or capitalize each word. Got it? So all these transformation, almost 100 plus Excel's functions are converted here in a form of application or utility. So with just clicks, we can easily use them. Okay, got it? Is that clear with everyone till here? कोई doubt यहाँ तक? We have got query editor tool, which basically one of the powerful transformation engine that provides the capability to clean the data or merge the data or append the data, pivoting, unpivoting the information, or even we can create the custom columns using functions and all. Okay, so I have already explained you these steps which are required. Then the next is, now we are going to understand that how do we perform the transformation part. Okay, so since all of you have also connected the data, country, population by year, okay, and you have got that data also loaded into Power Query. Now look at on the right hand side, जो data load हुआ है, on the right hand side, look at here, this part, this is called query settings. Under properties, you can read the name of the query. So हमारे पास जो table थी, it was named as unstructured. Okay, I can come either here to rename it. I can just type anything, or I can go to the queries menu on the left, where I can do double click, or I can do right click and click on rename. Okay, or I can just go to transform and click on rename. Okay, this basically renames the column, not the query part. So just do click here and then say whatever you want to rename the query to. Okay, I'm saying country, population here. Okay, or the population table. Okay, I can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm saying country, population. The name would be renamed here also. Okay. Just below that properties under query settings, you can see one applied steps option window. Now, what is this applied step? This is a very interesting part. Okay. In Excel, how many of you have heard of VBA macros? Raise hand if you have heard of VBA macros. Love. Okay. Vijay. Very good. Harsh. Nice. Have you guys also used it? Okay. Now, in VBA macros, what happens? You have the option to capture, okay, record all the instances or actions that you're going to perform through keyboard or using mouse. Very good, Love. If you have tried recording the steps, okay. So remember, whatever you do there while recording those steps, all those steps gets recorded and get converted into piece of code. Correct? Similarly, in Power BI, what happens? We have got M language. Okay. Now, this M language, what it does? The moment you are going to, okay, the moment you make any changes to your data, any transformation that takes place, automatically gets captured as one of the step here. And the query is also going to be generated automatically at the back. Okay. Got it? So now certain steps would be performed automatically, like source here. You can see the first step, it was source, it connected to this source. So you can see the exact path here. Okay. In the next step, what it did, it navigated. Okay. So navigation happened. It navigated to the sheet called unstructured in my data. Okay. There it found this data. If you pay attention carefully on my screen, यहाँ पर जो first row है, अब इसका जो header है वो है column 1, column 2 and so on. The first row says total population is based on this. Okay. Now the next step says promoted header. Okay. That means automatic जब हमने data load किया, certain steps were captured by itself. Okay, by itself. And those steps name you can find them here. Promoted header पर हम जाते हैं तो उसने क्या किया, जो first row थी उसको promote कर दिया इस header row. Okay, it assumed that the first row is going to be a header row here, and then यहाँ पर जो ये देख रहे हैं ABC123 ABC123, it is data type. Okay, it changed the data type also by 4 columns. Okay, that it could recognize that the column has the text entry, so it should be configured as text data type, string data type. If the column contains numbers, it should be numerical data type. If the column contains both the number and text, then it should be alphanumeric data type. Okay? But it is not necessary that every time it is going to capture the correct steps or make the correct transformation. Okay, but I'm just telling you, यहाँ पर आप जो भी करेंगे वो एक steps के फॉर्म में कैप्चर होता है. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. एंड यहाँ पर हमारे पास कोई भी कंट्रोल जी ऑप्शन नहीं है. तो अगर आपको कोई स्टेप पसंद नहीं आता, you don't have to worry. Even if you close the file, you come back on that file, you can anytime, okay, open that and close, just like, you know, delete that step. Okay, got it? Now we have got these. This is all the queries are going to listed here, available in for selecting, like, you know, selection of viewing and shaping purpose. On the right hand side you have got query settings. Okay, this is the data that you are going to find it here. Fine. Now comes, okay, अब हम कुछ transformations यहाँ पर perform करते हैं. All right. So basic transformation we are going to perform here. So please pay attention and you can also follow along with me, okay, if you want to. Next we have here, अब यहाँ पर हम देख सकते हैं कि कुछ एक्स्ट्रा रोज हैं which are not at all required. So what we can do, we simply can just select any of the cell and move on to home, and here we have option of remove rows. Okay, when you go to remove rows option, okay, you will find options like remove top row or bottom rows or alternate rows. तो या तो आप bottom rows भी remove कर सकते हो, you can enter the number, or alternate rows, every third row, every fourth row, every fifth row. Okay, got it? Or you can remove duplicates, you can remove empty rows, you can remove error rows also. So I say remove top rows. I find that the first, second, third row are not of any use. तो हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पर आकर हम नंबर एंटर कर देंगे. Now say accidentally I entered the number as 2. I click on OK. The moment I click on OK, if you pay attention on the right hand side, another step gets captured here called remove top row. आप उसकी अगर कोडिंग को चेक करेंगे, this is called M code. अगर आपको पूरी क्वेरी का, entire क्वेरी का अगर M code चेक करना है, then select that query, under home ribbon tab, click on advanced editor, and here we go. This is called M code, which starts with let, ends with in, and the under in you are going to find the last step which is recorded or which is written. Okay, it's like writing functions or code only here directly. Clear? Okay, इसका बेनिफिट क्या वो भी मैं भी आपको बताऊंगा. Now I have removed only top 2 rows, but we had to remove how many rows? 3 rows. Very good. तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं, थर्ड अपनी जो फाइनल स्टेप है रिमूव टॉप रोज, उस पर हम क्लिक करते हैं, and then either I can get into the formula bar and make the changes from here, or I can just do double click on that step and this window would pop up again, and then I can make the changes, and then this would implement those changes in the existing step, and then we can see the answer. Okay, go ahead, try performing this step. Done. Very good. Done. Very good, Rajat. Very good, Akash. Very good, Shubham. Very good, Vijay. What if we have to remove the null row only? Okay, then blank. और अगर null row remove करनी है तो उसके लिए भी ऑप्शन है हमारे पास. ठीक है, फिल्टर आउट कर देते हैं. ओके विवेक, now this is done. Once it is done, okay, then the next step we can perform here is to promote the header row. Okay, promote the first row as header. Right, now we have got the country name as the first row. So what we can do, we just come to this option, use first row as header. Next step would be captured, another row step has been captured as promoted header, and just see header promote हुए because now the values of that column has been changed, so the change type step will also be captured automatically. Okay, Very good. Now, the moment we promoted header, it automatically detected the data types also, and we can find now all columns are having the correct data type. ठीक है, कंट्री नेम एबीसी है, आप अगर चेंज करना चाहते हैं तो ये एबीसी जहां पे लिखा है 1 2 3 जहां पे लिखा है वहां पे क्लिक करते हैं, देन यू कैन सी हियर लिस्ट ऑफ डेटा टाइप्स. ओके, डेसिमल नंबर 1.2 मतलब अगर आपके कॉलम में यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग, इन दैट कॉलम यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग the decimal values also to appear, okay, then we are going to use the 1.2 decimal number. If you want to fix the decimal number, then you're going to use this one. Okay, whole number only number part, or only percentage or date time or date or time or date time zone or duration or text or true false, okay, or binary 1 0, okay, like that. And then you have got local also here, you have got local also here. ओके, इसके बारे में क्या है, कहां पे यूज होता है वो हम डिस्कस करेंगे. इसका पर्पस होता है जब हम डेट का डेटा टाइप हमें चेंज करना पड़ता है. ऑलराइट, नाउ वी हैव गॉट वन मोर टैब हियर कॉल्ड अब ऐड कॉलम. अब ऐड कॉलम में हमारे पास कुछ ऑप्शंस ऐसे हैं जैसे फॉर्मेट का है, एक्सट्रैक्ट का है, या कंडीशनल कॉलम्स का है. ओके, यहाँ पर कुछ ऑप्शंस ऐसे हैं जो सेम है ट्रांसफॉर्म में. ओके, जैसे फॉर्मेट, स्प्लिट, कॉलम, एक्सट्रैक्ट एक्सेट्रा. तो डिफरेंस क्या है, फॉर एग्जांपल मैं यहाँ पर इसको क्लिक करता हूँ. ओके, एंड अंडर ट्रांसफॉर्म आई फाइंड फॉर्मेट ऑप्शन, देयर आई गो, आई चेंज इट टू अपर केस. तो ये क्या करेगा, ये जो चेंजेस करेगा एग्जिस्टिंग कॉलम में करेगा. जो भी मैं एक्शन परफॉर्म कर रहा हूं यहाँ पर, वो उसको एग्जिस्टिंग कॉलम में परफॉर्म करेगा. ओके, इन द एग्जिस्टिंग कॉलम ओनली इट इज गोइंग टू मेक दोस चेंजेस एंड वुड शो अस हियर. ओके, you can see. And now suppose I don't like this step, so I can simply delete it. We do not have undo action, Control Z. So this is the way to undo your previous action. Okay, now add column is going to do the same, but it will actually insert a new column for that action. तो जैसे मैंने format proper case किया, you can find here another column has been inserted. तो अगर आप एक नया कॉलम इंसर्ट करना चाहते हैं, then you will have to come on add column step. Understood? Great. I'm just going to remove this also. Okay, now this is clear. Fine, we understood this part. अब बात आती है कि जब हमने डेटा क्लीन कर लिया, ये इस वाले डेटा में अगर हम देखें, now all the required cleaning steps have been performed. Now, as I told you, we wanted to unpivot the data. So how are we going to unpivot the data? How can we unpivot the data from the pivoted data? Okay, so carefully look at here. I want all other columns to be unpivoted. Okay, the country name should come only vertically. Canada, then Germany, then France, then Mexico, then USA. So I want the country name to remain same. But I want this data which is in pivoted form should be in unpivoted form, should come in unpivoted columns. तो हम क्या करेंगे, हम सिर्फ कंट्री नेम को सिलेक्ट करते हैं यहाँ पर. ओके, आफ्टर वी सिलेक्ट द कंट्री नेम, लेट मी जस्ट हाइड द कॉलम प्रोफाइल फॉर नाउ. ओके, आफ्टर वी सिलेक्ट द कंट्री नेम, राइट, वी हैव गॉट ऑप्शन ऑफ अनपिवट कॉलम्स इन ट्रांसफॉर्म रिबन टैब. तो यहाँ पर हम केयरफुली आएंगे, ड्रॉप डाउन पे क्लिक करेंगे एंड देन विल से अनपिवट अदर कॉलम्स. अगर आप अनपिवट कॉलम्स पे क्लिक करते हैं तो ये क्या करेगा, जो कॉलम आपने सिलेक्ट कर रखा है ये उसको अनपिवट कर. Okay, look at here. Now only country name is coming, right? This is what not we were looking for. तो अब हम क्या कहते हैं, हमें basically unpivot other columns करने हैं. तो unpivot other columns and then there we go. It has kept the country name as it is, and now we are getting year and population coming in vertical columns. Okay, though their name have changed, it's okay. What we can do, we can simply go to attribute, which is basically this year, and the value we will rename to population. Okay, and then our job is done. The last step is that we might be required to change the data type also here. Okay, तो हम क्या करेंगे, यहाँ पर आप चेक कर लोगे एक बार कि whether the data has or the कॉलम्स हैव द करेक्ट डेटा टाइप और नॉट, एंड अगर नहीं तो आप उसको चेंज कर दो। जैसे ईयर के केस में मुझे यहाँ पर एबीसी नहीं चाहिए, आई नीडेड whole value, so I change it to 1 2 3 so that I can use it into calculation. Okay, and then that's all. Now perform the same in your system also. Okay, all right. Now you all are getting the data in the same format as we discussed. This is what we needed it, correct? Okay, perfect, great. Now this part is done. Okay, one of this query we have corrected, we have cleaned it. Now what is next? Next we have another data. Okay, international folder you just get in, or you can just check my screen only. Here I am going to open this Canada file. Okay, I will give you background of this data later on. As of now, I'll just show you what do we have it. In this we have got product ID, we got date column, we got zip, we got units, we got revenue, and we got country column. Okay, now this is a CSV format, this is not Excel format. I'm closing this because we are done with this Excel. Okay, now what I do, I just get into the Power Query. Within Power Query only, we have the option under home called new source, where I can go and I can connect with different sources of data. I don't have to go back to Power BI again and again. Okay, हमें बार बार वहां पर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। मैं टेक्स्ट CSV पर क्लिक करता हूं and then I just simply go get into that folder where I have the file. Now look at here, since I'm looking only for CSV, it is not showing me country population. Okay, तो कंट्री इंटरनेशनल फोल्डर के अंदर आया एंड देन यहां पर आने के बाद मैंने कनाडा सेल्स को सिलेक्ट किया एंड उसके बाद I am just going to open it and then I see this option coming up. Okay, navigator window where it shows me the sample preview of the data based on first few hundred records. I just find it okay and click on OK here. Why are we not getting the option of load and transform here? Can somebody tell me? You can raise hand, I can unmute you. Okay, if you know the answer, raise hand, I will unmute you. Because we are still in Power Query editor. Okay, right, Vivek, right, Rajat, very good, very good. Okay, now since we are in Power Query editor, तो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन तो ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ पे होगी, ठीक है, और लोडिंग हमें करना डायरेक्टली डेटा यहाँ पे, ठीक है, तो इसीलिए हमारे पास वो दोनों ऑप्शंस नहीं आ रहे। लोड का मतलब डायरेक्टली पावर बीआई में लोड का। सो नाउ वी गॉट द CSLs। तो पहला काम जो है हमारा, इसको हम रीनेम करेंगे एंड विल मेक इट कैनेडा सेल। ओके, विल मेक इट कैनेडा सेल। Right, very good, Harsh. Okay, Harsh says that because the load is for to load the data in Power BI desktop. Very good, very nice. Now, after I rename the query, okay, here we have got the data in front of us. Now, certain basics you should know. The ID column, be it any table, the ID column should always be mapped as text data type, no matter whether that column is going to have text information or it is going to have numerical data. Okay, because in certain cases your ID column may have the alphanumeric value also, and ID column is something which we are not going to use it for calculation purpose. Okay, it basically gives you unique ID for every single row. That's what it does. Correct. So ID column we are going to change it to ABC data type here. Okay, or text data type. Now once we're done with that, once you are done, okay, अब हमने यहाँ पे जैसे करने की कोशिश की है, हमें यहाँ पे ऑप्शन टैब ये क्यों आ रहा है? नोटिफिकेशन चेंज कॉलम टाइप, द सिलेक्टेड कॉलम हैज एन एग्जिस्टिंग type conversion. Would you like to replace an existing conversion or preserve the existing one and then add the new conversion? देखिए लास्ट जो स्टेप था वो चेंज टाइप ही है, तो ये पूछा कि क्या आप एक नई स्टेप को ऐड करना चाहते हो या एग्जिस्टिंग में ही चेंज करना चाहते हो? I am going to, okay, that's up to me. How do we want? That we have to decide here. Okay, मैं अभी के लिए क्या कर रहा हूं, मैं एक नई स्टेप में कर देता हूं, नए स्टेप में कर दूं तो चेंज टाइप 1 आएगा यहाँ पर. ओके, उसके बाद अगर दूसरे में उसमें जाता हूं, दूसरे में करता हूं, तो देन अगेन इट इज गोइंग टू ऐड अनदर चेंज टाइप. So better what we should have done, we should have asked to change it in the existing one also, okay, if we want it. But since I want to show you, so I just added a new step here. Now if you upload this file, okay, Canada sales, kindly try it guys, you also upload the Canada sales first. Done, very nice. Okay, good, very good. Now once it is done, okay, come back if you're done guys, or I can wait another few more seconds or maybe a minute. I see that still people are trying it. Okay, done, very good. Now once it is done, we have to ensure that first of all data types are correctly assigned. तो हमने प्रोडक्ट आईडी को यहाँ पर एबीसी कर दिया, और अब डेट कॉलम आपके केस में हो सकता है जो डेट कॉलम हो वो राइट साइड में हो. कैन यू कंफर्म हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर गेटिंग द डेट कमिंग टू द राइट हैंड साइड? ओके, कमिंग टुवर्ड्स राइट. ओके, विवेक सेज लेफ्ट. अच्छा, मैं सबके लिए हम एक काम करते हैं, देखो राइट में है तो फिर तो ठीक ही है, बहुत सिंपल सा रूल है, जो रूल हमने एक्सेल में एक्सप्लोर किया था. टेक्स्ट हमेशा लेफ्ट में होता है, नंबर्स हमेशा राइट में होते हैं. डेट एंड टाइम आर आल्सो स्टोर्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ नंबर्स. ओके, तो वो भी कहां पर होने चाहिए? राइट में होने चाहिए. ओके, नाउ फॉर सर्टेन पीपल व्हाई इट इज कमिंग ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड? Understand, I'll just open that file here.